Afternoon, folks. It's Roland with Borealis Bushcraft. Sorry, video quality is not going to be that great. The sun's kind of behind me, causing a bit of a shadow here. But I'm going to do just a quick video and use pepperoni sticks feeding the mutt, and talk a little bit more about battoning knives, specifically in winter conditions. Depending on the type of steel that your knife is made out of, will dictate on kind of how rough you can be on it. This is the Cold Steel Trailmaster in 01. 01 is typically quite a hard steel, somewhat brittle depending on the tempering. They're not going to split anything hard, but I'm going to show you a different way to use your knife for battoning in the winter and not overly stress it out. And that's by doing one of two ways. You're going to either take slices off of your billet, or you're going to use the knife to create wedges off of your billet. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to be out of frame in a little bit here, but you guys should be able to hopefully see what I'm doing. And if it doesn't turn out well, I'll just start over somehow. So, the Trailmaster's a large knife. Yeah, I can go straight across. I got a good 1.5 inches of baton on the tip. You don't have to go down the middle of the log. I've explained this quite a bit. A lot of guys like to go down the middle. I'm like, why? You're overly stressing your knife. Plus, then you have to sometimes baton on your handle, stressing out that joint. First off, we'll make a bit of a wedge. So we're going to go on a bit of an angle, take maybe about, I don't know, 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. Tap it through and create somewhat of a big flake or a wedge. No stress on the blade. Take some of this bark off, get a little bit of a point going. Harder woods work better for this, so if you have oak or maple, you're really in business. Okay, now we've got a little bit thinner end and a wider end. Set our wedge aside. So now we're going to take the same knife, we're going to create a gap. Okay? Left-handed here a bit. We'll pop our blade back out. We've created a gap. Sometimes you got to sharpen this up a little bit. Trim that up. You start driving your wedge in. So now, my log's still not wanting to give it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to make another wedge. Same idea. I'll use the log as an anvil if I have to. Wood doesn't always split straight. Your wedges don't have to be perfect. Okay, so back to, might actually split this down, make two out of one here. That way I can go on either side. Morska Hensley did a really great video on this. Well, that's no good. Sometimes things fail. Oh, gross. So now, my other half of my wedge didn't work out so well. Anyway, not a big deal. I'll try and turn this so you can see it. See what I'm doing here. I'm basically banging them alternate. Right? Still using the knife as a hammer. You can use a baton, it doesn't really matter. I should have taken that bark off. Good tinder there. The spine of the knife makes a little bit better hammer, but as you can see, we're now causing the wood to split in the center of the billet. Pull that wedge out. This is a great technique, especially for splitting harder woods, and it reduces a lot of stress on your knife. You can do the same technique with a Mora, pretty much with any knife. Doesn't really matter. Especially if you didn't bring an axe with you, something that's designed to split wood. I know a lot of guys like to hate on people that baton and blah blah blah, carry the right tool for the job. You know what? It's not so much a matter as the right tool for the job as it is for using the right technique for the tools that you have. Should you always baton? No, not really. Is it something that is a good technique to learn how to do properly in an emergency situation? Sure it is. There's no axe in the cabin that we're at here out in the park, and they really haven't laid in a whole lot of wood into their ski hut store. But you know, we're gonna split up a few things that they got in there, and we're gonna get a little bit of a lunch fire on, have some hot chocolate, and we're gonna make some lunch. Yeah, chili for lunch I think today. Anyway, cheers. We'll get back at you in a bit.